Hey, what's going down, everyone? M7 community, new people, all like. If you're here, you're because you have a update sitting at your threshold just like this. So we're gonna go ahead and install and go over the details of what actually was in this update. And it seemed like it was actually pretty heavily influenced by performance towards the tail end when they did beta 3 over the 2, which I'll explain in just a second. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and look at the details. And it will tell me what's going down, as you can kind of see what the main features are going to be as they release them to us. I'll go ahead and move my camera over so people can read, just in case they're putting playback. I'll just be down here. Let's chill down here real fast. But the main features is you can rejoin into a new iOS device. You can use the PlayStation for remote, so it's like the interfacial point of a smartphone and or tablet. Now 4 is therefore the main features in the new 5.0. So you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck past that portion. Now this is one of the other features that probably made it a little bit more intensive, which is kind of cool. It's in other features in the 6.5, and I'll scroll down just a tiny bit. Is now you can choose 720p when broadcasting using the Nikon Live. Now I've never used them before personally myself. That's kind of cool that they actually physically have this. The service is available in certain countries and regions, so this will probably be something in a situation where you're not normally in that region, but now you'll have 720p as they kind of pushed a little bit more of the streaming aspect, because the PlayStation in general is a very good stream machine for what's going down and like what the situation. Now, I'm going to also show you how to get this update after we install it too, because most people that have not gotten it, you can very easily activate this right now. Or at least where I'm at, Pacific Standard Time in the US, you should be able to get it. You can now change the button assignment. Now, that was something I showcased in my beta visits, and this is mainly for our overseas buddies. They come over here and they're used to the button switch where they're from. Now you're allowed to, in order to do that, from the button selection switching screen. So now on top of that, the trade card logo of this situation is now inside of there, and we're going to queue up a video game and see if it will actually give us that in game real fast, and then I'll let everyone know. And one of the bigger things that I know, it's already popped up on top of there, and I'm sorry, PlayStation did not come through with the PSN ID change. Most people kind of thrive off the clickbait off of that stuff during like when beta testing was happening, and it's sad to say I was always against saying like it didn't happen, and unfortunately it didn't. And if you're new to the channel, if it does happen and it's forthright, you'll definitely hear it truthfully from me. I'm not going to be one of those guys that just gets clickbaits just because saying that. You can look at all my videos. I always disclaim that there really hasn't been a PSN change, though people have given me really great situational information that Sony hinting at that they were going to do that. So if I had to take a wild guess, PlayStation 5 is probably when we'll see that roll out of the format, when they can kind of toss it back and forth, maybe in a UI overface. But let me continue down the situation of what we're going to go ahead and go. We've got the details, right? Let's go ahead and see what happens when we install it. Will it blow up? Will it like save and sync? I don't know what happens next. Why is there smoke? No, I'm just joking. That'd be hilarious. All of a sudden, just like there's like a pepper monster swimming around in my freaking like video game laboratory. Like it's like the hatch, I guess. That'd be like the Swan Station from Lost, I guess, at that point in time. As we wait diligently, hoping that like we will get down to the point. So again, most people joining in, if you're new, unfortunately no PSN game change. You can't play PlayStation 3 games, because I know that one always comes up on the comment forum, and it always cracks me up, because I'm like, in what world I wish I could live in, you could do that. They just have a complete backwards compatibility. And rumored PlayStation 5 was going to take out a backwards compatibility, I guess, copyright in order to give us what we wanted. But that doesn't mean that necessarily it's going to happen. Those are just rumors, just like the Wii was supposed to be like a super system that was supposed to like tether everything, and you were supposed to get paid bucks. You know, like there's always rumors that leak out right before next gen stuff out. What I do know is that like the Ryzen processor that they're going to be utilizing is going to be the next generation with a combination of the Navi system, which is going to give us really true native 4K. It's not going to be like anything super crazy, but it is definitely going to be on par with like some ray tracing, so it's going to be like RTX friendly, which is going to be kind of cool. So that's going to be more bang for the buck, and an SSD, which is promised hopefully around 2 to 1 terabyte, which is more realistically is probably going to be a terabyte, but that is a win for most people. If you don't have an SSD inside your PlayStation 4 or 3, you're losing out. I don't think you can really do that with a PlayStation 2. But on a real Z notes, like, you should really do that. It's really easy to. So let's go ahead and dive back in and see what our UI overface. And congratulations, I've installed it. And you can kind of see where I have my beta and where I have this. And I was going to play the witness, but I wanted to give like more forthright information to people of what's going down. So let's go ahead and go over to where you can access the button layout. And if I remember correct, it should be under, where is it? Oh my gosh. I want to say it might be system, maybe? It's one of the layouts. I was like fiddling with it later on, and I was just like, oh yeah, there it goes. It's the interface. It's just like a button overface interlay, which is really cool. But it gives you the whole layout where you can finally change the X to 0. And like, I should just look for the icon that has the controller. Application management. Nope, wrong. Device, maybe? Controllers. Yes. Perhaps. No. So easy when I'm like just like off screen, like doing this. Pretty amazing because I can do it at my own leisure, but I try to do it as fast as I possibly can for people that are tuning in wondering. And most people that again that are tuning in, I know there's like 13 in climbing right now. Unfortunately, no PSN game changer tag, but thanks for tuning in. And if you're new to the channel, you can definitely hit the subscription button. I'm probably gonna get like the major beta for them when they give it to us when we go to 7.0, but I have a feeling 7.0 will probably trickle into like Sony's PlayStation 5, so I'm excited for that. And Days Gone, oh dear gosh. Tech Genius, what's going on? And then YT James, no, unfortunately not. No name change. I'm trying to look up where we can get the... I am failing at this, and I apologize. Let me back out, refresh my memory as we can kind of see what's going down. See if accessibility, I mean, that would actually mean... Yes, there it is! See, clearing your mind sometimes helps. But again, for most people that are popping in, I see it's up to 17 on the view count. Unfortunately, people, no game changer thing, but performance boosts. I want to talk about that. There was major performance boosts. Even though they didn't even mention that, there was some crazy stuff that I noticed that they kind of snuck in here and there. So now you can do this. You can go to your custom alignment, do anything you want. To your heart's content, you can travel around the world and reassign yourself where you want to. So that's pretty cool, right? I don't really want to change anything. That would be horrible. All of a sudden, that I'm able to. And then you're able to enable that. So that's one of the major portions. And then let's go ahead and trigger in, let's say Watch Dogs for right now. We'll go to the streaming aspect, which should be pretty useful right after. Because that was another thing that they updated directly. I really wanted to showcase that too for people that were kind of wondering. I know, right? YT Dreams bringing up a great question. When is Sony going to be forthright about it? Because at first I was like, when did they ever have proof? And then people showed me proof online, and I appreciate that. And if anyone has like great topic to push down in the past, you can always leave a comment down below on the forums, which I appreciate. So at least it doesn't seem like in our region that they updated that, but now on the other one where you do have that available, they're having a beautiful form where you can do 720p. For us, we already have that, like at least for me in the States, we have Twitch and YouTube, which you already have the 720p and all the rest of it. So let's go ahead and access this application. And I'm going to talk real talk with people about what I noticed in my portion of what happened in the encoding for me and thread ripping, which I noticed a performance boost through the way they do the grading of the quality of situations. You'll be able to change your things somewhere. You know, Liberty Choppers, you're great. I'm hoping like maybe towards the end of the quarter we might see that, maybe third quarter going into fourth. Sony's just working a lot of independent projects right now. They're like dabbling because like it's a great year. Last year and this year was good for like Sony, as like they were kind of pushing forward with a lot of great projects and tuning things. Personally, myself being part of like the beta wave of watching from like 5.5 to like 6.5 now. It's like almost a 1 point over layover, which is kind of cool. What I was gonna get at is one of the things that I noticed. So I'm doing 4K encoding. Like right now I'm just doing a lovely 1080p because I wanted to give some people a quick chance for this to upload and get quick information and have a low latency where they can talk to me real quick. And I can say, unfortunately, no PSN tag. I should make that a flow at this point in time. I'm a poet and didn't even know it at this point in time. But let me not drop a rhyme with a dime and stop right there. All right, I'm done. Point being is that when I played Kingdom Hearts, the processing point was right around the time when I got Beta 3. Beta 2 was great because it just got the UI overface, the button change, and a few other things that were just like directly there for me to consume. And then when it came down to beta 3, they really tuned up, I feel like, the pixel points of what was pushing through. And it could have been a corresponding point for like Red Dead Redemption, because I used to be able to run my 4K at very fast, not super fast in encoding, using the X264 encoding, which is going to be great for as far as, thank you Dreams, I appreciate for the subscription, and anyone else that joined the new committee of the M7 I guess crew, welcome, and thank you very much for spending your time so far. As a creator, that means a lot to me when I see new people joining, new people commenting, likes, dislikes, it's all the same. You spent time with me, and I appreciate that, even if you've made it this far. But one of the things that I noticed is that it used to be like right around 19 to about 20 to 30% at max. And now it was pushing like the mid 20s to high 30s. And I was like, man, that's really crazy. But it all happened in the timeline right when I got beta 3. So I'm wondering if they kind of tuned that. They may have over-tuned it during beta 3, and they could have undersunk it right when it situationally happened with this one to fine-tune it to kind of get us. But let's see here. Sika Malik, I cannot be online. Oh, you can't be online right now? Try resetting your system. Mine instantly went into it. Surrey337, sorry, unfortunately, they did not give us the PlayStation name point. I kind of like hinted at that when a lot of people, when I was talking to them about what was in play for the situation of the last betas, they didn't really give us any, but unfortunately not. Can you change your nickname? Not yet, Ernest. Unfortunately, when this catches up, they haven't given us anything for as far as the situation will go as a game changing. Hopefully in the future, we're hoping like towards the end of this quarter, we'll probably see major updates. So we'll probably get our here and there security updates that probably tether to this. We'll probably get a 0.5 variation, and then after that we'll get probably a 6 and then a 7.5 or a 7 directly before we get a solid 7.0. When we get the 7.0, that's probably when we can expect the game changer point. I don't think that they would really push anything in between then and there. They like to break their major changes as we got as the UI goes inside of this, which was pretty cool. Like, I liked how they actually upgraded a lot of like I guess basic necessities for people that were streaming in other countries, and situationally being able to play in other countries and change the game or button layout. But Austin Brown, no, unfortunately you can't change the the name taser tag, and you can't play PlayStation 3 games. I'm just gonna put that as hilarious because I always get asked that. They released stated creator only versions of the Dreams and Springs. Do you think that the main game will come out in PlayStation 4 or be held back for PlayStation 5? You know, that's a great question, and Dave, thanks for joining the chat board as this gets very lit with a lot of cool people that I'm getting to know for the first time. Can I turn up, let's see, turn up the mic? Yeah, give me 1 second real fast. Didn't know it was that low. I can, you know, I'll just come in a little closer. We're gonna make it a little personal real fast. But I don't think that they'll situationally be able to give us a list of stuff. I think for sure Final Fantasy VII is going to be pushed is like kind of like where Twilight Princess was almost for like Zelda, where it was like that in between two systems where they launched it for both. Let's be real, PlayStation 5 is going to be right around 2020. I predicted that a long time ago, and like they're going to be on track for probably releasing that, and a lot of other titles that are kind of tethered into like what's going on to the next generational leap. So a lot of these titles we are seeing, you could definitely probably see the adaptation of PlayStation 5 just because it's going to be native 4K for the first time rather than like a upscaled, really heavily syncable portion of what we got. And then Baby Girl, yes, unfortunately, no name change. It broke my heart too, you know, that comes up with the territory, unfortunately. But all these are great questions. I really appreciate everyone that has kind of thrown up some great questions. But I'll go ahead and leave it open a little bit longer. I'm probably not going to push this video anymore past 20 minutes just because I want to keep this very short so it processes inside of YouTube. And I also wanted to play The Witness. I know, relaxation. I wish we could relax with this update of having a game changer thing, because it's like, well, everyone else has it basically, and what's the difference? What's so difficult to do with this? I really thought about this in the Ultimate. How difficult is it for Sony to really, seriously just add a game changer, and like they could give us one for free and then just charge us. Most people don't even really give a crap about the $5 or whatever fee it would really be, just because they made an accidental point of trying to have this but tether this thing, or just make it really cool so you can change your tamer tag for free and then sync your old stuff up and swap it over really fast. That would be a great compromise. They just need to figure out something to make the game changer and the community happy at the same exact situation. Let's see here. Name changing YouTubers with 42k LOL. Yeah, 3 points. I saw a lot of that clickbait that came in, like, from a lot of people. There was like, oh, you can do this, and they were showing all these really fake things, and I was like, damn, this kind of sucks, because I knew the truth was just the button layout and the streaming for the other nation that had this like really interesting, sound like some Nintendo version of freaking like networks. Like, I could see that, like, honestly, like, but let me go ahead and tend to the chat board a little bit. They're playing with our emotions. I definitely agree with that. Name change, no, definitely not. Unfortunately for new people that are joining in, thank you very much, but there is no game changer. The two things that were basically the main functions that were changing was a 720p add-in for streaming for most people that are in the regions that is applicable for the certain streaming network that is not applicable for me, and the button layout change on top of performance. They didn't really mention that, but I noticed it myself. And then relaxation, cheers, I agree. Like, we see eye to eye on there. What other features are you want for an update? Personally, myself, I really want, like, since the community of people have spoken and people that have reached out to me is the game changer. It really wasn't really important to me because I've had mine and I've found my handle and I like it. But if it's important to others and people are reaching and helping me as a creator, then it's important to me. So that's definitely on my list that I would like to see, like, in future updates. If Sony ever watched this video, then yes, please give us something that would give the community smiles rather than frowns. You know, it's profit, I guess, of that portion. People are going to spend more money with you if you're smiling rather than frowning. I've never met anyone like, here's my damn money. Well, I mean, I guess you could say that if you have to pay your bills, but, like, you know, no one wants to pay the power bill, but you have to. Anyways, I'm getting too caught up in a tangent. See here, other features and updates past that. I would just see more performance and stable updation and bull points. Not too much. They've already kind of like filled in a lot of what I wanted to see out of this system, honestly, unless they really want to tether in a PlayStation 3 playable disc situation, which I don't see happening because it's a completely different format and I don't think they'll ever do that. Let's see here. Seems like you are GTA tryhard like me. That's funny. Where did you get that Kingdom Hearts theme? When I bought the Kingdom Hearts package that came with all the Kingdom Hearts, and since I stream, it was really great for me just to have it installed day one. So I've really gone to digital unless they have a really great collector's pack, and then I'll get it myself. Like, I love unboxing stuff. Like, it's really cool. Nerd swag is so amazing to me. It's just that 001 that brings my heart to, like, a warm, like, sunset, I guess, to most people. But the point that I'm getting at is that, like, the Kingdom Hearts theme came with it, which was pretty cool. So I like it a lot. I got it from playing Kingdom Hearts 3, which I finished and was amazing, but I kind of felt like it was too short for how many years they sunk into it. Let's see here. Yep, I got 5 accounts and I want to game changers. Yeah, I felt bad for you, like, because you have to shuffle around those and not try to sync it. I wish there was a backwards compatibility. Yeah, unfortunately, you're only stuck to the PlayStation 3 and the certain sliver of PlayStation 3, which launched during, like, day one, which was $600 MSRP during the time when it actually dropped. And you were able to play PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. Then they took out the compatibility during the second generation leap, which I ended up getting because the hard drive swap wasn't compatible with the way you can functionally utilize upgrades later on. So I think you were only gridlocked to 60 and 30, which is nothing compared to the installs you do nowadays. So there's no real true system that plays all the game formats, and it'd be nice if they had that. But you have emulators, I suppose, if you really wanted to go down that route. The Tropic ID, no, not really. Tryhard's looking forward to the change. Yeah, honestly, everyone's really looking forward to that name changer. But yeah, unfortunately, no name change. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's a great thing. Thank you. Right now, person that just dropped that real fast. I'm going to show everyone how to get this update real fast. If you are really just sitting on your seat and you're like, I don't have 6.5, you can very quickly do these situational legal points. Go down to your system software update. Mine already updated. Yours will quickly say, hey, wait a minute, and probably have to download about a gig or so. I'm so glad that you put that on the comment board. I totally forgot about doing that, and I wanted to touch bases with that with people so they could actually see how to get this video and have it be a positive portion for them to push forward and have this stable update if you need be. But this is where I'm going to leave off. This is your boy MacGyver7th signing off. If you've come this far and you're new to the channel, you can always take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, absolutely free, supports me as a creator, and you can crack that Liberty bell, which is the notification bell, and just let it ring. Anytime I'm live, you'll see me. And in fact, actually, I'm going to go ahead and set this update down, and then I'm going to quickly go to my witness probably in about 30 minutes to an hour and probably stream like a few hours of that. I just gotta let this sit down in SEO so it doesn't end up becoming clickbait, because I've had that happen. Unfortunately, people will watch one video, click it, and then somehow YouTube's encoding with Google sends you over to my live stream and they're just like, I wanted the PlayStation update, now I'm watching The Witness, you totally clickbaited me. And I'm like, no dude, read the title. And then they're like, oh holy crap, it is The Witness, Google was wrong. And it's like, yeah, it happens. I've had some hilarities, but I've met some really cool fans because of it. Like God of War was one of the better ones that I've had some hilarity or points. But thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you so much for like staying tuned and keeping me warm with 26 of all of you just kicking it with me real quick digitally. And then David, you'll be the last question before I log off. Do you think Sony comes away from the E3 now showcasing their games at the PSX2 or stream? You know, actually, that's a great question, because they did drop out of a lot of situations. No name changer tags. No, I'm sorry. If I had a tally count of how many times I said that, it'd probably be in the hundreds right now. But all humor aside, I think that the reason why they're pulling back is because they're pushing all their funds and everything they have towards PlayStation 5 right now in order to bring, when they have their table to what people are going to be seeing, this new piece of technology, because they're really waiting on really AMD, which is going to be the safe haven of where the Ryzen technology is coming from. Because if you really think about it, what we're paying for in the next generation of gaming, I really want everyone to stop and just think and chill with me, vibe with me digitally right now. What are we buying in the next generation of gaming? There's nothing different. Both consoles are being manufactured by the same company. Both systems are almost identical for the exact situationable hardware. The only difference is we're playing for exclusives. So what company is going to be smarter to up their ante with actually having exclusives that are going to be driven by these next generation true native 4K systems, which for PlayStation 4 Pro did well, for my opinion, and Xbox did really bad. So we've entered a consumer battle point, Team Blue versus Team Green. I've always been a Team Blue boy, personally myself, Sony from day one, and I've loved it, and that's always been a beautiful situation for me because it's always cleaned up its spilt milk. I've never had a system that never went awry that I couldn't fix or didn't fix itself through just it being Sony and it being amazing. Xbox, I spent so much damn time on my phone just going turn off the Xbox, turn on the Xbox. You told me that 15 times and it still don't work. Oh, send it in. Oh, it's warranted for life. Oh, you didn't say that last time when I threw it off the freaking San Francisco headlands. Yeah, that actually really happened in my life. True story. I can get into that later in another freaking Mobisode upload, but not to get into too long of a rant. What is in the upload, as I see a lot of people kind of tuning in for the first time, is you have a button layout change. So you can very conveniently, since I see a lot of people are inside of here, go into accessibilities, go down into the button alignment, and then you can switch that around. So if you happen to be a lot of people inside of a, I guess, international traveling situation, and you want to play your PlayStation and you have it gridlocked to another friend's that's in the US, now you can do it, or anywhere. And then just another streaming portion that got bumped to 720p and a little bit of performance boosts with the system. No name change, unfortunately, for most people that are tuning in. But before I go off too much, and I'm going to say bye to everyone. And it says, Leon changed, bro. What changed? Pretty much everything I just covered right there, Leon. Hopefully that did. But I'm going to go ahead and log off. I've stayed on a little too long. And I'm going to go ahead and say thank you very much, everyone, for keeping this a very fun stream. And this is your boy, MacGyver7th, signing off, saying have a very nice day. And I'll see everyone in the near future as I play some other streams. No, that's actually not. That's actually what was detailed directly in there. Unfortunately, that is very new. But thanks for your comments. And then, like, yes, the sadness of, like, the game changer tag not being in an actual accessible situation right there. But yeah, this is going to be really fun. But, like, maybe what you're thinking is the button assignment is old, but it's the X to the 0. That's that little, I guess the Japanese had, like, their button layout swapped out. Maybe you're, like, very correct, but just unfortunately this is the one that actually adds that to, like, where you can actually have it. But thanks for the comment either regardless, and the view. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I see a lot of people. Any last questions before I dip out? Cheers to everyone. Oh, right on, Leon. Good vibes from South Africa. Cheers, bro. Good vibes from sunny California. Like, gotta love it out here. Well, it's been rainy, actually, very rainy. That means we're gonna get great produce. So buy our strawberries and all that other fun stuff. It's gonna be great stuff. Like, I love our backyard produce. It's really great. Just updated yours. Great, man. I hope everyone has a very fun situationable point for the upgrade. You get an error. I can't update your PlayStation 4. Alan, reset it. If that doesn't work, try to reinstall it. And if that doesn't work, get a flash drive, go to the PlayStation site, download the actual physical update, install it manually, and that should work. If not, hit me up back on the forum. I'll see if I can't, like, help you get from that portion of what's going on. But I'm going to go ahead and dip out, everyone. Thank you so much. Texas. But cheers, everyone. I will see everyone in the near future, but I'm going to keep this under 30 minutes. I don't want to, like, keep this, like, too long. This has been really fun chatting to everyone. But I guess in the ultimate end, I'll leave it at this. It's not where your dreams take you, it's where you take your dreams. If you can follow that, then you can definitely be able to, like, push forward. Bro, one last question. Okay, Leon, you have my full undivided attention as this catches up to you. What's up, brother? As that one last question. No problem, Alan. I hope that does help to you. I've been in those situations. It could just be that a lot of people are downloading it really fast, and then it just became fragmented. Because you got to figure, if 24 people were chilling here on top of the other people that have watched this video, there is a ton of people utilizing the PlayStation Network right now, and that sometimes can happen to have it. Test OG, if you're asking if the name change happened, no, it didn't. Main thing was the X to circle change in the button layouts, and then the streaming ad for 720p for another nation that didn't have it, so they upped their ante for quality so people can actually stream, because streaming is becoming very popular this year as it phases in, with a lot of major processors getting on the meat table for the slice and dice for what you can get for your bang for your buck for processors. Like Threadrippers is where I'm at, and, like, it helps me encode in 4K perfectly. But Leon, if you happen to have that question locked and loaded, go ahead and shoot it my way. If not, I'm going to go ahead and dip out real fast. And then Marvelous Sky, I'm going to go ahead and answer your question while we have the forum open, while I wait for Leon, since he asked so nicely if he can have one more question, which would be that the game changer did not happen. You did not get the name change. I had a problem with my CD being auto-ejected and it's beeping. There is need help. Irritating. Oh, okay, yeah. Hit me up on a comment. I can definitely help. More than likely, you probably have the mid-generation PlayStation 4, which happens to have a body defect. If you look it up, they happen to get it when they get really hot. It happens to have that. If my suggestion is, if it's doing that and you can, like, it doesn't happen all the time, I would personally, right now, since the market's really cheap, just go to GameStop, maybe trade up for a PlayStation 4 Pro if you don't already have it, because I'm assuming this is a PlayStation 4, not a PlayStation 4 Pro, because the Pro, they made a really great stackable point. I've never had an issue with it, but if you are having that issue, I would have to take a guess. If it is mid-generation PlayStation 4, like that second gen that they released in between it, where it was power efficient, they had a, I think, plastic switch that they switched around that ended up changing, which overheats, and like it pops it in just a weird way, which pops out the disc. A lot of people happen to have that, so you're not it's not an uncommon situation. It's very common, actually, unfortunately, during that generation of systems. So I would say if it's still working and it's not all the common, just take it to a GameStop or somewhere you can trade it in and just trade it up. Like, things are going to become really cheap as, like, we creep towards the new PlayStation. But everyone, thank you so much. This is, again, me signing off, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. I appreciate everyone's time, and I'll see you guys and gals in the future.